And then I made Romantic Homicide, and it was so different than everything else I had made because it was actually sad. It was slow. It was sad.
He got in touch with Celeste's mother, and the mother told us, because what the police had come out with was that the girl had a tattoo on her right index finger that said S.
Even before they could find out her name, they obviously had the body parts and they released some information.
And it was on her index finger. It said SHHH with 3 dots or 4 dots, and that's all we knew. The mother told us that my daughter had a tattoo on her right index finger that said the same thing.
David is on the run. After the feds finally slapped him with a warrant, he and his manager ditched the house they'd been living in and vanished into some secret hideout. What's wild is that the same house was just raided by police. Whatever they dug up inside must have been serious enough to spook him into disappearing overnight. One moment he was playing nice and working with investigators, and the next he completely cut ties, ghosted the police, and left his home behind. To make things even worse, the internet hasn't slowed down digging into his mess. More and more receipts are being pulled up against him online, and people aren't just talking. They're sending their findings straight to the LAPD. Imagine random folks cracking the case while the actual feds are still putting pieces together. And here's the kicker. There were whispers about the body being Celeste's long before the authorities could even confirm it. People online were practically connecting the dots in real time, outpacing both the FBI and LAPD. This isn't just a scandal, it's turning into a full-blown internet investigation with the World Watch. Police made a shocking discovery on September 8th when they found Celeste's remains stuffed inside the trunk of David's impounded Tesla. The car had been sitting at a Hollywood tow yard after workers reported a foul smell seeping out, leading officers straight to the grim scene. Authorities said the cause and time of her death are still a mystery.
Just last night, the office listed the victim's gender as female, a height of about 5'1" and 71 pounds.
What is known is that Celeste was only 13 when she went missing, last spotted on April 5th, 2024. 5 days before the discovery, David's Tesla, rocking a Texas license plate, had been abandoned in the Hollywood Hills before it got hauled off by the tow company. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner later described Celeste as 5'2", with wavy black hair, wearing a tube top and black leggings. One detail stood out most: a tattoo inked on her right index finger that simply read, "Shh."
David has not been arrested, and I think a lot of people are sort of astounded that there hasn't been movement. I think I went off the air on Friday and might have been a podcast afterwards saying I expect an arrest pretty soon.
That tiny tattoo ended up being a key clue in the entire case. Why? Because David himself had that exact same tattoo. At first, people didn't know what to make of it, but once that detail hit the public, the dots connected fast. It revealed David wasn't just some random guy in her orbit. He had a personal, intimate connection with her, and that changed the narrative overnight. Even worse, Celeste's mom had already told investigators that her daughter was involved with someone named David before she went missing. A source close to the family later accused the police of failing to protect Celeste, saying they ignored serious warnings. Adding more mystery, there were even claims that an anonymous caller reached out to Celeste's mom, chillingly telling her to stop searching because Celeste was already gone. This all went down before police even confirmed the decomposed body was Celeste. What makes it even more confusing is how the system seemed to miss clear warning signs. At one point, Celeste actually came back home to her mom on her own, and yet police weren't directly involved. No one sat her down to ask, "Where have you been? Are you okay?" That silence left so many unanswered questions. Nobody knows exactly when she returned home, but shortly after, she disappeared again, going right back to David. To make matters worse, her family received a chilling phone call from someone anonymous. The voice told her mom, "Stop looking for her, she's fine," and even pressured them to delete social media posts about Celeste being missing. Speculation exploded online, with many people believing the anonymous caller was probably David himself. But instead of sympathy, Celeste's mom began facing backlash because she was the first one who openly told police about David's involvement. That detail wasn't rumor. It came straight from her own mouth. Then came even more disturbing allegations. Several people from Celeste's school and her neighborhood began accusing her mom and sister of being involved in her downfall. They claimed the family knew David was older and still looked the other way, as long as money kept coming in. The whispers said David was allegedly paying them as much as $10,000 a week to stay quiet, essentially buying time with Celeste while the family turned a blind eye. As if things couldn't get any darker, a screenshot later surfaced showing a message between David and Celeste where he allegedly told her, "I'll fix it." That short message only fueled suspicions about how much manipulation and control David had behind the scenes. After Celeste vented to David about her parents, people say he figured out exactly what would shut them up: money. That's what many believe he meant when he told her he would fix it. Behind the scenes, it's rumored he was buying their silence with big cash payouts. But the whispers didn't stop there. Someone from Celeste's circle described him as straight up creepy, saying, "This guy is a weirdo. A close friend's little sister from the IE ran away last year, and this is who she ended up with. We think her sister was sending her out. She was only in 7th grade at the time. LAPD already raided his place in the hills. I'm terrified. That's who was in the car. Nobody's heard from her in months. I won't release names because she's still a minor, but she was from Lake Elsinore." That chilling testimony made the whole case feel even darker. Even after Celeste disappeared, she was still reaching out to people. She popped back up online under a new account called Deleted User, and that account carried major bombshells. Screenshots revealed David talking about how he was paying her parents more than $10,000 and even paying off some of her friends just to keep them quiet. Then, only months later, Celeste shocked everyone with a post showing off an engagement ring David had given her, while also flashing a brand new tattoo with his name inked on her skin. That image sent social media into a frenzy. And just when things couldn't get wilder, one of David's own friends asked him, "David, are you happily married or single?" His answer, "Me and Deleted User got a kid on the way." That one line didn't just stir gossip, it lit the entire internet on fire. Even with all the disturbing details already out there, what really sent people over the edge were the references David made to Celeste in his music. In his track, Romantic Homicide, he sings, "In the back of my mind, you died, and I didn't even cry. Not a single tear. In the back of my mind, I killed you, and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true." Those chilling lyrics now sound way too close to reality. But that's not all. An older track he once uploaded on SoundCloud suddenly resurfaced, titled Celeste. The lyrics were jaw-dropping. "Oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed. Oh, Celeste. Afraid you'll only love me when undressed, but you look so damn gorgeous in that dress. Missing you so much makes me depressed." Fans who dug up the track couldn't believe how openly he had been referencing her. And just when people thought it couldn't get any darker, police raided David's house. Reports said they tore through every room, searching for any piece of evidence that could link him to Celeste. Photos from the raid started circulating online, and from the looks of it, investigators definitely found something worth keeping. Word on the street is an arrest could happen any day now. To make things even crazier, it's been revealed that David's house was only 6 minutes away from the tow yard where his Tesla was found with Celeste's remains inside. That eerie proximity gave the whole case an even more haunting twist. Police now believe David may have taken Celeste's life inside his own house before driving her body to the impound lot where his Tesla was eventually discovered. That theory alone has everyone shaken. But the public hasn't stayed quiet either. One person online pointed out, "She was not 15, geez people. She was 13 when last seen, reported missing. When her body was found, it was before her birthday." She was a 14-year-old child. Another person said, I hope Celeste gets justice. And someone else added, it's already horrible what happened to her, but dismembered. That's beyond evil. These raw reactions show just how outraged and heartbroken people are over this case. Now, the real question is, what do you think? With all the new evidence piling up against David, do you believe he'll finally get arrested, or do you think he'll somehow dodge the system again? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is only getting louder. And of course, don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, share it with your friends, and ring that bell so you don't miss the next update. Trust me, you'll want to be here when the next twist drops. See you in the next one.